My name is Zoe. I am 23 years old. I am sitting on my small bed in my bedroom with my laptop open. My two best friends, Emily and Olivia, are on a video call with me. We are planning a trip to London, and I feel very excited. My heart beats fast because it will be my first time leaving my country. Emily and Olivia look happy too. They smile and talk about all the fun things we can do in London. I found a cheap flight, Olivia says, clapping her hands. She smiles brightly. It leaves on June 10th and comes back on June 20th, Emily types on her keyboard. Let me check for hotels, she says. There are good ones near the city center. We can share a room and save money. I listen and write their ideas on a piece of paper. My mom walks past my room and hears me talking about London. She stops and looks at me with worried eyes. She doesn't say anything but gives me a small, forced smile before walking away. After the call, I go to the kitchen to get some water. My mom is washing dishes. She turns to me and asks, "Are you sure you want to go to London?" Her voice is quiet. "Yes, Mom," I say, trying to sound confident. It's my dream to travel and see new places. Emily and Olivia will be with me, and we'll be careful. She nods slowly. "Please stay safe," she says. "Call me every day, okay?" Her hands tremble a little, and she looks more worried than usual. I feel a small pain in my chest. My mom always supports me, but this time I see real worry in her eyes. She doesn't talk much about my father, and sometimes I wonder if he has a connection to London. But I push the thought away. Right now, I just want to enjoy planning this trip with my friends. The next day, we meet in my living room. Olivia shows me the flight confirmation on her phone. "We got the tickets," she says, smiling. Emily has a list of places to visit. Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, the British Museum, and some local markets. I smile and imagine walking in London. "I can't wait to try English tea," I say with a laugh, "and I really want to ride a double-decker bus." My mom stands in the doorway watching us. She still looks uneasy, but she doesn't say anything. I tell myself I will talk to her later. Right now, I feel excited about the adventure ahead. As I finish writing our plans, I notice my mom watching me again. When I look at her, she quickly looks away. There is a strange tension in the air. Deep inside, I wonder if she knows something I don't. Why is my mom so worried about my trip to London? Does she have a secret she can't tell me? I wake up early the next morning feeling excited and nervous about the trip to London. My suitcase is half open on the floor, and I keep checking my list to make sure I don't forget anything. In the kitchen, my mom is making breakfast, but she is very quiet. Usually, she greets me with a big smile and asks about my plans. Today, she only nods and says, "Good morning." I notice she has dark circles under her eyes like she didn't sleep well. I pour a glass of orange juice and sit at the table. "Mom, are you okay?" I ask gently. She takes a moment, then gives me a small, forced smile. "Of course, Zoe," she says softly. "I'm just thinking about a few things. Please eat before your food gets cold." Her tone makes me feel something is wrong, but I don't want to push her. We eat in silence and the air feels heavy. It's like there is a secret she wants to tell me but can't. My mind wonders again if my father has something to do with her mood. We never talk about him, but the way she reacted to my trip to London makes me think about him. In the afternoon, Emily and Olivia come to my house. We want to finish organizing our travel documents. Olivia spreads some papers on the coffee table, boarding passes, hotel bookings, and a checklist. "I think we're ready," Olivia says, tapping her pen on her chin. "Just don't forget your ID and passport," Emily adds, "and bring any medicine you might need. London is a big city, but it's better to be prepared." My mom stands in the hallway watching us. Her face looks tense and her eyes seem far away. Emily notices and whispers to me, "Zoe, is your mom okay?" She looks worried. I shrug, feeling a knot in my stomach. "I don't know," I whisper back. "She won't tell me what's wrong." My mom walks into the living room. She looks at Emily and Olivia, then at me. "Please be careful in London," she says firmly. "Call me every day and tell me where you're going. It's very important." I nod, trying to sound calm. "Don't worry, Mom. We'll be fine. London is safe and we'll stay together." She sighs and rubs her forehead. "Promise me you won't go anywhere alone," she says. "And if you see anything strange, call me right away." Her words make me uneasy. Why does she seem so scared? London is a famous tourist city and many people go there every year. There must be a reason for her fear, but she won't tell me. That night, I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling. I think about my father, the man I've never met, and wonder if he might be in London. Could my mom be hiding something about him? My heart beats faster as I think about it. I try to sleep, but my mind is full of questions. Why is my mom so worried about London? What is she afraid I'll find out? We arrive at Heathrow Airport early in the morning. My heart beats fast with excitement as I look out the airplane window. I see London's skyline and the famous red buses moving through the streets below. Emily and Olivia sit beside me, talking about our plans. "Let's go to the hotel first," Olivia says, looking at her phone. "I have the address right here." Emily nods, rubbing her hands together. "Yes, and after we check in, we can find some breakfast. I'm so hungry." When we walk into the arrivals hall, I feel a rush of energy. People from all over the world move around us, speaking different languages. The smell of coffee and fresh bread fills the air. We get our bags and take a taxi to our hotel in the city center. I think about my mom's worried face for a moment, but I tell myself to focus on this exciting adventure. Outside the hotel, the buildings are tall and elegant, with beautiful windows. The sidewalks are busy with people. We check in, and the front desk clerk gives us a small map of the city. Our room is cozy, with 2 beds and a small sofa. We unpack quickly, because we can't wait to start exploring. Later, we walk through the streets, admiring the old buildings and the red phone booths. Olivia points to a double-decker bus. "Look at that," she says excitedly. "I've always wanted to sit on the top deck." "Me too," Emily says with a big smile. "Let's do it." We get on the bus and climb up to the top level. The view is amazing. The streets are full of people, shops, and cafes. I smile as the bus crosses the Thames River, and I see Big Ben in the distance for the first time. My phone vibrates in my pocket, reminding me to call my mom. I decide to wait until we stop somewhere. When we get off the bus, we look for a place to eat. Emily finds a small cafe with tables outside. We sit down, order sandwiches, and try English tea. While Olivia and Emily talk about where we should go next, I notice a man walking by. He has a serious look on his face. For a moment, our eyes meet. He hesitates as if he knows me, then keeps walking. A strange feeling runs through me. How could I know him? I have never been to London before. Suddenly, I remember my mom's warnings, and a chill goes through me. I don't know why I feel uneasy. I try to forget the feeling and join the conversation with my friends. Tomorrow, we plan to visit Buckingham Palace and a famous bookstore near our hotel. But deep inside, I feel like London is hiding a mystery, and I wonder if I will find answers to questions I didn't even know I had. Who is the man? And why does Zoe feel a strange connection to him in a place she has never been? I wake up early with a strange heaviness in my chest. Emily and Olivia are still asleep in their beds, so I quietly go downstairs to the hotel lobby. The morning air is cool, and the streets are peaceful. I check my phone and see a missed call from my mom. My heart skips a beat. I call her back immediately. She answers on the first ring, and her voice sounds shaky and scared. Zoe. My mom says softly, "I need to tell you something important. Please listen carefully." "What is it, Mom?" I ask, my heart racing. "Are you okay?" She sighs, and I can feel her worry through the phone. "I'm fine, but I've been hiding something from you," she says. "Your father, he lives in London. He left us when you were a baby. I never told you, because I was afraid you would hate him, or hate me for keeping this a secret." My mind goes blank. A mix of anger and confusion rises inside me to think about the man I saw yesterday. The one who looked like he recognized me. Could that be him? "Why are you telling me this now?" I ask, my voice trembling. "Why didn't you tell me before I came here?" "I didn't think you would ever meet him," she replies. "London is a big city, and I thought it was impossible. But now I feel you need to know the truth." Tears fill my eyes as I sit down on a small couch in the lobby. Her words echo in my head. "Your father lives in London. He left when you were a baby." "I saw a man yesterday," I say, trying to stay calm. He looked at me in a strange way. "Mom, could he be my father?" She pauses. I hear her breathing heavily through the phone. "I don't know, Zoe," she says, "but please be careful. I'm worried you will get hurt. I just want to protect you." We end the call, and I sit there, lost in my thoughts. Suddenly, I hear footsteps behind me. It's Olivia and Emily rubbing their eyes as they walk toward me. "Are you okay?" Emily asks, gently touching my shoulder. "I found tickets for a fun day trip," Olivia begins to say, but she stops when she sees the tears on my face. "Zoe, what's wrong?" I take a deep breath and explain everything. My mother's secret, my father living in London, and how confused and scared I feel. Olivia and Emily exchange shocked looks. "We're here for you, Zoe," Emily says, her voice full of care. "We'll help you find answers if that's what you want." "Yes," Olivia adds, holding my hand tightly. "We won't let you go through this alone." Their support brings me both relief and sadness. I'm so grateful for my friends, but my heart feels heavy. How could my father be so close, yet feel so far away all these years? As we step outside, the sun begins to rise over the tall buildings. The city looks calm and beautiful, but my mind is full of questions. My hands tremble as I wonder. What will I do if I meet him face to face? Will he recognize me? Will he regret leaving me? Will I find my father here in London, or will he remain just a shadow of the past? I stand outside a small bookstore in London, my heart racing. Emily and Olivia wait nearby, giving me space. Last night, I had a strange dream about a man calling my name, though I couldn't see his face. Now, I feel like that man must be my father. I push the door open, and the soft smell of old books surrounds me. I walk between the tall shelves, glancing at the titles. Then I see him, the man I noticed a few days ago, the one who looked at me like he knew me. My heart beats even faster. "Excuse me," I say in a shaky voice as I step closer. He turns around and looks directly into my eyes. "Hello," he says quietly. "You're the girl I saw before." "I'm Zoe," I reply, my voice trembling. "I think you might be my father." For a moment, he doesn't say anything. Then, tears fill his eyes. "Yes," he says softly. "I am your father. My name is Robert." His voice shakes as he continues. "I left a long time ago. I made a terrible mistake." My chest tightens, and memories of my mother's tears and worried face flood my mind. "Why did you leave us?" I ask. Trying to keep my voice steady, he sighs and looks down. "I was young and selfish," he says. "I didn't realize how much I would hurt you and your mother. I've regretted my decision every day. I feel tears in my eyes, but I also feel anger." "My mom protected me," I say. "She didn't tell me about you for years. I only found out a few days ago." He reaches out slightly, but then hesitates. "I understand if you hate me," he says. "I'm so sorry for everything I've done." I take a deep breath, my emotions swirling. Sadness, anger, hope, and confusion. Then I remember my mother's words. She said she only wanted to protect me. "I don't know how to feel," I say honestly. "But I want answers, and I want peace." We sit down and talk for a long time. He tells me about his past, his regrets, and his life in London. He says he never stopped thinking about me. I cry at times, and he cries with me. It's not easy, but it feels like I'm finding a piece of myself that was missing. Suddenly, I open my eyes. I'm in my bed at home, my heart racing. I sit up quickly, trying to understand. The smell of the bookstore, his voice, it all felt so real. But it was just a dream. I shake my head and laugh nervously. "What a strange dream," I whisper to myself. Yet something feels different. I walk to the kitchen where my mom is making breakfast. Her back is to me. I hesitate, then ask, "Mom, do we have old family photos? Do you have a picture of Dad?" She freezes. Slowly, she turns to face me. Her expression is pale. "Why are you asking that, Zoe?" she says softly. "I don't know," I reply. "I had a strange dream about him. I think I saw him in my dream." Her eyes widen. She puts down her coffee cup and walks out of the room. Curious, I follow her to her bedroom. She opens a drawer, takes out an old photo, and hands it to me. I gasp. My heart races again. It's him, the man from my dream in the bookstore. "That is your father," my mom says quietly. I stare at the photo, shocked. "But how?" I whisper. "I saw him in my dream before I ever saw this picture." My mom looks at me with worried eyes. "I don't know, Zoe. Maybe some things can't be explained." I return to my room and sit on my bed, holding the photo tightly. My mind fills with questions. Was it just a dream? Or was it something more? How could I see a man I've never met? Is my father closer than I ever imagined? Or is my dream trying to tell me something important? I look out the window, feeling unsure of what's real and what isn't. Could the dream be a sign, or was it only my imagination? One thing is clear. I can't stop thinking about him. My story with my father isn't over. Sometimes the truth is waiting just around the corner if we're brave enough to look for it. Great job today. Make sure to review what you've learned and come back for more.